the other thing that has been going on, and I don't know anywhere this hasn't been going on, and that is people not understanding how the family care outcomes work, and guardians and other individuals, other advocates, not pushing hard enough for outcomes to be placed in their person's plans. And I got a handout. This is getting to be an old handout. Prepared it for something in Chippewa Falls a year ago, but it's holding up. And the family care outcomes are in a box at the bottom there. Look at the number one family care outcome. I decide where and with whom I live. Other ones are I work or do other activities that are important to me. I have a relationship with family and friends I care about. Let's just talk about those three. An outcome leads to services. And so if you don't put in there that I like to do activities, I like to go somewhere where I can be with other people and do stuff, some kind of day program, other kinds of activities. I like to do sports. I like to go on activities. And we're not just talking about loading up 5 people from a group home and going and walking the mall and call that community integration. But real activities, things that people look forward to, and like, what's one of the ways we measure whether people are healthy, and that is, do people that have jobs, have clubs, have activities, they leave their house and they go somewhere and do stuff, shop, whatever. If I suddenly stopped doing that stuff and stayed at home, people would worry about me. They would say I was depressed. And if we don't put in those types of outcomes, what will happen at some meeting with the MCO staff, they'll say, all that's on here is, my life is stable. There's no need for these outside activities. Those don't meet any of your outcomes. And so therefore, we don't have to provide the service that you want to talk about. And so every place that I've looked at this, and this is in good MCOs and bad MCOs, is I've seen individual care plans that start out at the beginning of family care when everybody's enthusiastic with a bunch of outcomes and a real rich program for people. We're the elderly person, we're still going to drive them across town, on the second Thursday of the month because they're still going to go to their bridge club. We're going to continue to do all of the things that this person did to keep them in the community. And the same thing with every other type of disability group. And then, as time goes on, these outcomes start disappearing from people's plans. And I've seen a stack of plans now that are down to one outcome in the whole plan. And so that's just terrible. We can blame the MCOs for that, but the people who've got to fix that are guardians and individuals, self-advocates, people who bring professional advocates. We got to get more outcomes back in people's plans, or there isn't the rationale for providing more services. And then what happens if you have a fight about stuff like that? Let's use the bridge club example. I want to keep on going to my bridge club, even though it involves a transportation cost, a staff member's got to go with me, whatever. So what if the MCO says, no, you don't get to do that? Well, then you turn to the second page, and we go to the RAD, which is the resource allocation decision process. And you're supposed to go through every one of those steps, talk about it, try to come to consensus on it before the care team says yay or nay to whether a certain service is going to be provided. And I know people who've gone to a lot of care teams with their individual as a guardian or a spouse or whatever, and they've disagreed with things. They've said, how come we can't get more of this or different that, and have never heard of the RAD before. Well, now you've heard about it. Go back there, say, let's reopen whether we're going to get that thing, because I would like to go through every step here and have the people at the care team explain to me why it's not effective or how the need can be met some other way or all of those things.